Yeah, this is Leif Busk. Lots of people are asking me how I make compost, so I want to show you. What I show you here is all the parts that are going into it, and that means before I'm actually making. There's a lot of wood here which is going to be chopped into different small pieces, woods, old woods, more old woods. And here is something a little bit interesting, if you can get it. It is this is from underneath trees, and I drive over it with the grass cutter a couple of times to cut it into small pieces. I don't like big leaves too much, so again, it's just some materials which are going in. A lot of grass are going in, and I actually have some leaves which I'm getting from a friend of mine. I will definitely chop it into small pieces. And another thing going inside, of course, is some straw. I'm still going to collect a lot of bags of straw. But this one here is because on one agriculture college there was it had a hole. Normally I would not use this stuff as it is there. It's probably made out of pine, so it's inhibiting bacterial growth. Yeah, just a little side step here. This is the compost from from autumn last year, so it has been overwintering here, and it hasn't been that difficult to keep it okay, but you can see how it looks. It's a bit good. It's a bit good compost. It will all be moved because I'm going to put off maybe 10 or 12 stacks here. That was what I had last year. It was all the way over there and back again. A lot of these nets were put up. So another thing that's going into it, when I have turned the stacks 3 times, or how much it takes for it to cool down, then this is the vermiculture which I'm always telling people about. And the interesting thing with this one here is that it has been running since 2000 and I think it's 10 or something like that, maybe even 9. For many years it has been running in one long line. So this is all I have for my own food the whole winter. So you can see what I eat. A lot of vegetables. I am primarily a vegan, so not a lot of other food goes inside. Here's some compost actually from another place I make compost. This is also from the summer, from autumn last year. It's very good compost. Probably the best of all of it. This is the thing which can show these very high figures. People are sometimes wondering about where I have 2000 microgram per gram of compost is coming out of this one. This one here also, but that would be the compost I make now. When I make this one again, it can produce very high thing. So actually, what I always do when I turn the stacks here, I turn them 3 times and then I wait until it's completely cold, no more heat anywhere in the stack, in the middle or anywhere. Then I'm actually turning it again, but I add in some very high number compost, and that is with everything: fungus, protozoa, bacteria, and everything. Very high numbers inside. And I look at this thing, the diversity, horizontal diversity and vertical diversity. I look at it. I want as much as possible inside, and it does have a lot, especially the vermiculture in there, because every time I am in some place I get a little bit of material from there and I put it inside my compost. First of all into the vermiculture. I know these worms, they are all over the place. We might even find them here inside here. I don't think it's possible to have any There was one running away here. As you can see, it's not so easy to see, but they're getting into anything. When you have them all over the place, that's for sure. So yeah, there's another sort of Danish way of making vermiculture here, or worm compost. It's just the same thing, but it's an outside thing. So it was more used for waste material for the garden in the summer. Otherwise, we can see here where all the inputs is coming from. So also this place here has not been plowed or harrowed or anything at all. And actually, what was there growing, I left growing. Nothing has been sown, no culture plants or agriculture plants. So I have these contour lines which are left along. You can see they're actually all over with a certain distance in between. I can't remember how much I lowered the contour. I think it was like 50 centimeters for between each one, up and down. Okay, so they're there. So what is in between is just wild plants, wild grass primarily. What can survive a grass cutter? You can see I have cut all this, and this is what is here. That is what is left, since I have to take it with the bush cleaner. And this is how it looks when I start cutting it with all the leaves from these many big trees which are around here. These are oaks, but there's also some other trees around. Not so many down here. You can see all the way down there in the back we have some of the old compost taken out from this one we have here. This is simply what was not sold last year. We have a stack here which is I think it was the remaining of the spring compost last year, which is laying here. Very good compost. And I let something grow in it because I've even been throwing weeds around here, grass and even barley and wheat and rye and so on, to let it to grow, because I want to try to develop the mycorrhiza in it. And it does grow quite nicely. The weeds that like to grow here, they'll grow. So comes out with a nice and soft food. The compost is very nice. I think this one here probably will go to a farm on a small Danish island next week. So near some other one, older one, and then again this is a permaculture compost over there. I don't really, it's so dark in the color, and it is made very fast, and then I don't know how good it is. I think I'll have to use it myself. That's how it is with when you try things. Sometimes you find a complete recipe for disaster. Sometimes if people are just starting on this thing here, I think they will find that recipe quite frequently, and then they'll later go on. This is also going to be chopped and put into this year's spring compost here. And yeah, it is a couple of years old material. The whole summer I throw all sort of things inside here which are not easy to handle, and then when it's getting a little bit up the hill, I take it out. I'm just waiting for this different animals to get out of there, so then I'll remove it. Yeah, I think that's about all that I want to tell. So later when I get to actually make the compost, I'll make another video to show everybody. Then you can see how everything is looking and how I'm actually mixing it up and putting it into the stacks. I may even be making a Johnson shoe stack again this year, even though I find it quite boring and this thing standing for a whole year around. But anyway, it's part of the business. Okay, that was all for now. Thank you very much.